Welcome back. Today we're going to continue along working on our walking and becoming more aware of how we walk and why that's important. So we kind of been moving along the walking gait cycle. So we heel strike, we shift our weight, we activate our inner thigh, we stand on one leg, and now what happens during that push-off phase? So we just stood on our right leg. Now what happens when we push off? So let's go through that, and I'm going to move you down so you can see. Okay. So now we know heel strike, our weight shifts, we get our inner thigh, then our quads. Now during push off, we want to get the calf muscles to lift up our heel to help us push off, to allow us to propel ourselves forward. Now, some of the things I see with problems with this is people will walk and they tilt sideways so they don't have to push off. They don't have that heel coming up, and that's one problem that I'll see. People will tilt their body side to side so they don't have that push off, and it's actually quite powerful of a change in their whole walking pattern. Their speed increases. And so as we go through a session, I'll look and say, okay, can we increase their speed a little bit to help them feel what it feels like to push off and use the muscles in the back of the calf? This is important for generating momentum going forward. It also, if we can use our calf muscles to push off, we often don't rely on our low back as much, and it allows us to move forward with greater ease. Now, one of the reasons why I told you about striking your heel first, so then you roll over your foot and then push off, is because we want to get away from walking on your heels or walking on your toes and then dropping down and then pushing off. So I often see this in kids, sometimes kids who have ADHD where they're walking on their toes and then they drop down and then push off. They're used to doing a toe strike, and what happens then is they can often get Achilles issues, calf issues, the calf muscles get too tight because they're not used to hitting with the heel strike and then using the calf muscles when they need to propel them forward. This is one of the reasons why I recommend that people who do long distance running don't land on their toes, because then they have this double action of their calf muscles lowering them and then pushing them off again. And it creates a lot of stress and tension. And I usually see these people end with Achilles issues, stress fracture issues, shin issues. The list goes on and on. So as you're walking, take note. Do you hit with your heel? You shift your weight over, and does your heel come up in a natural pattern to help propel you forward? Sometimes people will stand on their leg and then pop up their heel too early. That's another common thing that I see that can actually contribute to problems too. So, and that usually is a result of something higher up that's propelling them to lift up their heel a little bit too soon. So, as we go through this, really check yourself. See, do you feel your heel come up in a natural rhythm? Ask someone, does it look like my heel come up earlier than it should? Does it come up later? Does it never come up? Do I go sideways like this to get my leg to swing around so I never have to push up on my toes? All of these are good questions to find out about your walking pattern and to get some help, to have someone help train you and train your nervous system to feed your muscles to act a different way. This can cause a whole slew of problems. As we've mentioned, when you have heeled shoes or if you're walking on the balls of your feet, causes a lot of problems in your whole nervous system because it puts you in that fight or flight mode. This is a really important concept. Please check yourself, reach out to me if you need help, reach out to me if you have questions. I'd love to hear from you. And that's Amy at paberinstitute.com, PABRinstitute.com. Thanks again for listening. Bye guys.